And welcome back. Brand new week, I would say. It is still news insights on landslide news. I hope you are sharing the links with your friends because, knowledge likes company. I want to believe. Well, myself, Chinwe Blessing, pleased to have you here. Mr. Philip, how was your weekend?
Oh, it was wonderful.
And Malam Kingsley.
I'm doing good.
You had a good weekend?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Oh, that's why you're doing good. That's why you're doing good.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it. The PDP is giving us a lot of work. Nigeria's main opposition are still, let's say, in a mess. The Board of Trustees are coming together to have a meeting, or they are trying to call it some kind of reconciliation. Some people are saying it's an afterthought and they should have done this like a very long time ago. What do you think? What's the original, sin here?
Yeah, I think following the analogy, there is people are asking whether this is it belated, is it sincere? I saw belated. I can't answer, but I think because they say never say never, and no, it's not over until it is over. But I think there is some element of sincerity because backtracking to where their problem started is issues of equity in zoning. Dating back to Jonathan. 2015 refusing to not run so that the presidency could shift to the north, because as at that time Obasanjo, being a southerner, has had 8 years, and it was Yar'Adua to have 8 years, but unfortunately he got 2 years, and what nobody could question God, it happened. Jonathan was supported massively on that re-election, so nobody expected, even people like Obasanjo, he had a precondition for supporting Jonathan, that he was going to go for one tenure. I remember Obasanjo being angry to tear his PDP membership card and all that. So, and everybody supported Buhari. Like somebody like Atiku left PDP because of that and went to APC, where he also lost to Buhari in the primaries. Yeah. Thereafter, it came 2019 where there is an incumbent northern president, and so feeding a northern candidate was also good. They feeded Atiku Abubakar and they supported him massively. That was where P2B came to the national politics, become his vice president. PDP still have their house in order as at that time, and having been able to correct the error of 2015 slightly, if they were to win, but eventually they lost that election. Although a lot of people still said till today that Atiku won that election, but he never fought for it, but we don't have evidence of that. INEC said Buhari won, and he won. So thereafter, it got to now 2023, after Buhari had served for 8 years, it became clear by this unwritten zoning, which people try to discard, but it's just there. That emotion is with the people for now. So that the presidency should go to the south. I remember Akeredolu of his blessed memory, what's his name again? The governor of then Ondo State. Yeah. So he said any party that feeds a candidate from the north will lose.
Yes.
He was for Southern presidency, whether for APC, PDP, or anywhere. He was very categorical about it. I think he was the chairman of the Governors Forum as at that time, the Southern Governors Forum. He was the chairman of the Southern Governors Forum as at that time. So, and that was where they have this popular Asaba Accord. All of them met in Asaba to say, everybody must, any Southern candidate is what we will support, no matter the party. Then he got to 2023. Atiku was able to maneuver with the support of Okowa, who was the person that hosted the first Southern Governors Forum, where they agreed that they will support Southern candidates only, with the help of Okowa, in the hope of becoming a vice president, and the help of Tambuwa, who stepped down at the dying minute. Wike lost to Atiku. Wike got anger, in addition with other 4 governors, where they formed G5. And they made up their mind.
Did what they did.
And they made up their mind not to support PDP candidate, and they ended up supporting Asiwaju, who eventually won. So Atiku that left PDP in 2015 because of the zoning that favored the north was the architect of the 2023 PDP's contravention of the zoning again. So it appears that all the animosity, if you trail it back to where we are today, it has been issue of zoning. Now we are in 2027. Again, we're yet to be there, but that's where we're headed. It is clear that Asiwaju is incumbent. The only thing that will make PDP to come out is to field a candidate from the south. Atiku has found his way into ADC again. You understand? But let's not get ADC into this matter. So it appears as Wike, now serving in APC, still carrying on the grief of before, would want APC, to finish his tenure because he's working with Asiwaju, and he made it clear in the open that he's going to work for Asiwaju. I mean, if you're working for Asiwaju and there is any opposition trying to remove Asiwaju, what would you do? Naturally, you work against it.
He has agreed that he will work against it.
So whether this reconciliation will pacify Wike, I am not certain, but I will say, okay, it's a starting point for them to be truthful to themselves and now see how to legally ensure that PDP is still alive.
Leading me to the question I'm going to ask you, Mr. Philip, do you think that this is necessary? Do you think it's a step in the right direction for them to be able to put their house in order?
Yes, it is a step in the right direction, but the question is that, is this something that they are going to be able to achieve at this time? Is it not coming rather too late? Because we saw during the week, Fayoshe, an ally of Wike meeting with Olusegun Obasanjo, even though the details were not disclosed, but from the grapevine, we hear that it's all about the reconciliation, how PDP can stand up on her feet. But again, Fayoshe is one of those who are also rooting for continuation of Tinubu in office, as a SATA president. Now, the question is, will these people succeed in this move? For me, I doubt, because who are those, taking it upon themselves to go to bring about this reconciliation? Because from what we heard, what we also know, when the issue of the zoning, the non-inclusiveness, because the problem is inclusiveness. In 2015, after they lost the election, the then national chairman of the party, Secondus, set up a panel headed by the then deputy senate president, person of Kwerimadu, and they came out with a finding. If those findings were adhered to and they were implemented, this issue should have been long gone. But we kept going back forth, and like when the BOT met sometime it was in August or something, they said, oh yes, one of the problem we have in 2023 or 2022 going to 2023 is that we failed to zone the presidency to the south, the candidate, so we are zoning to the south, and that they said, oh, that issue had been put to rest. We thought with the zoning of the presidential candidate to the south and other offices of the party, that would have put an end to the problem of the PDP. It is the same BOT that did that zoning in conjunction with NEC after NEC had met. So now, that does this settle the problem? Like I said, Wike had made it clear that, look, he will do nothing until PDP is in disarray to the point that PDP does not exist. How do I mean? He has put his man there, the person of Senator Samuel. Over the weekend, we hear that they not only, suspend Damagum and all that, they also sack the BOT, the chairman of the BOT, Wabara, and they put in place their own BOT chairman. So which of the BOT is now going about the reconciliation? So this is where I find it difficult to understand whether there will be reconciliation, because if you now have two BOT and two chairmen, so which of them now is not going about reconciliation? Because as it were, there's no proper BOT in place, except you are saying that, okay, we are relying on the BOT headed by Wabara, and that is if the BOT of Wike will recognize their action. So I don't see reconciliation in sight.
Let's talk about the G5 governors. We know that they were born out of this, one way or another. They were born out of all of this. Do you think that they started with a right cause? They have a justification for the way that they are going right now?
I don't think so. It's because Nigeria here, we lack loyalty to party. Because we lack loyalty to party, you don't suddenly become a Cameroonian because Nigerian got you angry. You will stay in Nigeria to solve Nigerians' problems. So if your party did something you didn't like, you stay within the party, complain to the party. But any party has an internal conflict resolution mechanism. You resort to that. Supreme Court has even said that. I think that will probably stimulate loyalty. You come into that and said, okay, let me tell you, you could even stay out of elections in certain cases. It's just because we do not believe, you don't suddenly begin to, support philosophy that you don't like. I've heard Wike said APC is like cancer. We still have the video. He said APC is like cancer, that you don't leave malaria and go and run to cancer. You ended up got struck by the malaria and you ran to cancer. So there's disloyalty to the party. No matter how you look at it, who is going to get you angry? Is your friend? Is your club member? Is your classmate? Is your church member? Is somebody that goes to the same mosque with you that's going to step on you because he's trying to kneel down? That's how it happens. Somebody somewhere is not going to do it to you. So when that happens, do you abandon your house because your sibling got you angry? Because your mother, you thought your mother preferred your sibling to you, whereas you don't know why it happened? You stay in to solve the problem, and win, if you believe in your party philosophy, because we do not have, or we do not believe in party philosophy. That is why the G5 think, because they have resources and capability to jump race, they acted anti-party. For you not to support and take steps to support, there are two stages. You could choose not to support
and withdraw.
But for you to now choose to support a opposition candidate against your party, it's an anti-party that these BOTs should have expelled them ab initio, because they nursed this problem. They didn't solve it. They wanted to wish it away. He talked about which BOT being recognized. There's only one BOT, which is Wabara. That is what is recognized by INEC. That Ananya who woke up, a secretary of a party cannot wake up and appoint BOT. It's an aberration. It's unheard of. We shouldn't give credit to some of these things. That's not. I can't wake up and say, Tinubu, you got me angry. You're not the president of Nigeria. You don't do that. You don't do that. He was elected, for God's sake. So that's not what. This is not how we should be breeding all this nonsense and be calling them faction. You don't just jump up and create whatever you like because it makes you happy. Wabara is the chairman of the BOT of PDP. So, but they try to wish these things away. They didn't attend to it. They never, took any disciplinary action against Wike or reconciliatory action. If they think, oh, okay, their actions were justified, which I don't think it was. Neither do I also think that Atiku leaving in 2015 to APC to work with Buhari and co was also right. I never thought it was right. When Jonathan, you should learn how to solve your problems. Nigeria is not the best place on earth today, but you are here contributing your quota in solving Nigerians' problem. Do I have anything against those that have japa? Yeah, their own is weaker than even supporting opponents. Imagine them, somebody has japa, joining the army of a foreign country to attack Nigeria. Then you understand what it means. So you should be able to remain inward and look at what brought you to the party. What are the things that is about the party that attracted you to the party in the first place, as against what they didn't do right?
Well, we're running out of time. I'm going to ask you the final question that I do have tonight. Do you think that this is a desperate attempt by the leadership of the PDP to put their house in order so that they can at least have a shot at 2027?
Well, I won't call it a desperate attempt, but it's an attempt to ensure that their house is put together, because whether you like it or not, PDP remain the main opposition party, because PDP is the only party. Even APC can't even match PDP. How PDP has structure across the federation, from the ward to local government to state. PDP presence is everywhere.
Are you sure that they are not gradually losing it? I mean, with the massive defections that are happening.
Whether they defection or not, you still go to the villages, you will still see PDP there. So I think, yes, they might not, they might not come early enough, but it's a right step in the right direction. But the question is that, are they coming early enough? Will they be able to achieve it? That's the question. For you to say it's desperate, I don't think it's desperate. Everybody who has a house that is in trouble should do everything possible to bring peace to his house. And that's what PDP is trying to do. They want to bring peace back to their house. Irrespective of what people have done, they said, okay, we are taking the part of peace. We are taking the part of reconciliation. We are not going to wear the sledgehammer. That's what they are trying to do. I don't think I want to call it a desperate attempt, but how far and how well can they go is the question that bothers my mind.
Well, that's the question that brings us to a close. How far and how well can they go? Does PDP have a shot come 2027? Your thoughts we would appreciate in the comments. Have a very beautiful day and be a good Nigerian. Like I always say, we do not have a leadership problem in Nigeria. What we do suffer from is a people problem. You want to fix the leadership? Fix the people. Good afternoon.